Welcome back, everyone. There were some minor problems, as you would have seen. We did see our survivors just kind of loading in and standing around the place. It wasn't according to ping. Unfortunately, the wrong builds were brought in. So, altogether, collectively, as we called it early, it'd only be a minus zero point 0.5, a minor issue. Killer can change builds, so it is a survivor fault restart. Nevertheless, hopefully, these boys can still kind of pull a good result out of the hat. And, all it's doing really is just eliminating the Tycon. So, hopefully, everything is all good to go following on into this match now. Doke spawning on the exact same side and kind of having a little bit of deja vu here. It's exactly the same game plan. We're just going to be going straight down the mid side all the way down to bottom where we could probably spot out some stealthing survivors. And we do see Usair, Maya, and our Kate and Revolution just kind of over at that 9 side and now breaking away very nicely. But we're going to be catching out Crane here. No, just kind of stealthing behind these rocks over at 9. We're going to take that quick tag and then just leave. And now we got our enraged mode active. So just, again, slowing it down just a little bit more. And we do manage to find Maya just hiding behind these rocks at this filler pallet here. So 2 nice quick tags on the board for our killer Dokes. And now he's just going to be leaving those chases and going to his totem that has now been destroyed, so Ruin out of the game very nice and early. Revolution going to be the one doing that and now taking another tag and going all the way down to the bottom side over at 5 where there is only 1 pallet and we're going to be body blocked there and we're going to try and play the pallet save, I do believe. Dokes is going to be a little bit weary here, but I think no. He automatically knows that there is no one in that vicinity, and there really shouldn't be with two survivors injured. The chances of Usair being there for a pallet save is slim to none. So, thoughts, Gohan, upon this start?
Well, it's definitely a start for the ages, seeing as he's already got the 3 injured, 1 on hook, and now only 1 injured, 1 on hook. So not looking too bright for Rebirth, especially with that 0.5, which is going to be quite detrimental for the killer side. But hopefully, Revolution is going to be able to pull out something amazing here. Now, Usair coming in for the protection hit, and then also now coming in for Revolution with a little bit of a cheeky kidnap take as well, being able to get the tunnel out onto Revolution with quite an interesting form of fashion as well. So as we know, Dokes absolutely loves to do this kidnap take as well, so him being able to pull that off so early on this game is actually quite fun to see. And getting the hook right on top of the slug as well, so not the best start for Rebirth here, but Dokes proving to the crowd why he is their ghoul player for Synergy.
If not, definitely one of the top in OCE as it currently stands. This is why it's been banned so many times amongst the pick and bans for Synergy. Dokes just really showing why, and now taking this tag onto Maya, who's going to be getting a trade. We do get the pick up in the background onto, I do believe you said, like, I don't know if it was you said slugged on the floor, or if it was Maya, I can't remember, but nevertheless, we do get the pick up in the background, so 2 survivors injured, and we are going for the quick tunnel out onto Revolution, who will be going straight down at this fell power outside of main. Tunnel out at 1 generator done. It's looking very, actually extremely dicey for our survivors at the moment. You said just kind of crouch stealth over at 5 and now Crane rotating to flip the map just a little bit. I think the boys over at Rebirth are going to try and take chase all the way down to the 11 side now. So there's the only generator that's been popped and is nice and far from all the active. And we've opted to play really greedy for this main generator here, forcing chase on the side of Usair, who's probably going to go all the way down to 11 like I would have predetermined. And just trying to play these filler pallets in the middle just before reaching that. And we are going to be dropping it on the wrong side. We're going to be zoned into the middle of the map. Doke's playing around this pallet very nicely and has read the play and has gotten the grab as well. So he's putting on an absolutely dominant performance right now. It was kind of readable, I think, on the side of Usair. I mean, Doke's just kind of knowing the game plan that he's going to be trying to take chase all the way down to 11, having it only be the only gen that's popped, like we had said. So now we're going to go for a nice reset over here behind 7. Don't really like this spot too much. It is pretty open and more on the line of sight of where the hook could happen. So playing this very slow on the side of our survivors, but Dokes kind of knows this. I mean, he's really going on gen patrol at the moment, and he's seeing the most progressed gen, which is Shaq. He's got the pain res on it too, so even with Ruin out of the game, he does have access to Eruption. We have found the reset. This is extremely bad. So now Crane's going to be having to have this chase over at this 7 pallet here, vaulting it very nicely into the edge map, and now we're just going to be taking our Kagune leaps and getting Kagune tag. We do get the blind in the process, but that was a little bit weird. So we're going to be taking that tag now and probably going all the way back down to the hook, as we could anticipate that some sort of unhook, some sort of trade will be happening at the moment. We are just going to try and cut off any sort of mishaps that were to occur there, but I mean, we've just taken it slow on the side of our survivors and gone for gen pressure. I do like this idea, Gohan.
Yeah, especially with considering the start with one dead at 4 generators remaining, it's looking quite grim. So luckily, Maya is the survivor with a little bit of a gen perks as a sense, so they're able to get that gen done a little bit faster. But now we're looking quite grim for Rebirth on the side of the killer side, because having to get a 4K5 by the looks of things so far, it's looking not the most ideal situation. And luckily Dox was actually able to find the reset thanks to the crow and also the pallet drop as well. But luckily Maya was able to stealth it out a bit. Donk's trying to get a little bit cheeky with it and try to body block Maya at the shack pallet, but unfortunately getting a swing and a miss on the window side as well. Maybe trying to hope for a little bit of a ping hit there as well, but unfortunately not being able to make it. Maya absolutely juicing on this shack loop. Luckily being able to make the pallet as well. And gonna just absolutely just wait for it. But unfortunately, Doke with another kidnap tap for the tag. And that is going to be the shack generator regressing, as well as the shack pallet being broken. But luckily, in the distance, we did get 2 resets.
Yeah, this chase at the cost of the resets for the cost of this chase. I mean, it's not too bad. We do have all that progression over at Shack just going down the toilet though, and as we have started a generator over at the top side on the side of Yuse and Crane, things are looking extremely bad at the moment to get that last generator popped. I think these boys just kind of have to go for the unhook and split up, gang, look for clues or something. I don't really think they can afford to play it slow and reset if they are to get a few more gens popped, because Dox is just probably going to go straight back to the unhook and, yeah, like clockwork, just, you know, doing his little gen patrol, going on, seeing what's around him. I do see some scratch marks over here on the mid side of the map around this filler pallet, but I'm not too sure who this is at the moment. It's pretty good stealth work there to kind of be able to dodge line of sight, and we do manage to find Maya just kind of going back to this generator over at Shack, and this was kind of anticipated by Dox, as you would have seen in his gameplay. Now this is going to be a quick imminent down, and some eruption over at 12. Shack's not going to be able to get done either, so you know, Yuse's going to have a rough time getting 12 done, and Crane's going to have a rough time getting Shack done. I think maybe they just have to let Maya cook here on the hook. In all honesty, there's just so many possibilities, and with a killer that has such a strong chase mechanic as the Ghoul, it's just going to make it so hard to be lasting for long chases. And that's exactly what the survivors need at the moment, is just long chases far away from the generators. But, you know, Dox is also playing really good amongst his macro. 100%. He's just making every correct move. He's not messing up any of his leaps, and he's able to find resets and even unhooks the perfect time. So he's able to really hold down this 4K4 as it currently stands. But we do get a reset in the background on the favor of our survivors. We are really trying to look for Yuse, who's been working this 12 generator at the moment. We're going to be kicking that and going straight back to the hook over at, actually the generator over at Shack. Do manage to find Crane, who's just kind of here over at main building now, just playing check spots very nicely. He is healthy, so he might be able to last a little bit longer, and we do need a little bit of a longer chase if we are to pull this to at least a 4K2. We're going to be taking a quick tag, quick Kagune mark, and running all the way down to 5, which is nice and far away from both generators. It's far away from 12, and it is far away from Shack, per se. Shack's more on the 7 side. We're going to be pre-dropping this dumpster filler as well very nicely and playing around it. But unfortunately getting caught on the grab, and are we going to be able to make this M1? We are. Oh, we're going to be taking it very nice on the side of Crane, able to bite some time a little bit longer in chase and delay the eruption if we do have it procced in the background, which we do. 12 is going to be progressing via eruption. We don't get any aura reading, I don't think. Yeah, you say just kind of really struggling to get this 12 done, this 12 generator done. It's just, oh, there's a pain res too. So it's hit Shack, and we've heard it on the side of Dox, and we're going to be continuing the chase onto Maya here, who is Death Hook as well. Going to be taking the Kagune tag onto them and just playing very safely. Are we going to commit the chase? We can afford to do this, and we are. So maybe you say just kind of pumping at 12 at the moment, and Maya's just going to have to last a little bit longer in their chase, and dropping this filler pallet over here at 9. We have gone for the reset, so there's no gen pressure in the background. We have faked the pallet very nicely. To do that on 180 MS is actually pretty impressive, but And May is just going to be going down, and that's going to be them out of the game. So, yeah, again, Gohan, I don't really see where they can really go from here. Dox is just playing out of his mind.
Yeah, indeed, he is. Like, it's very hard for the survivors to actually try and make a comeback on this. But luckily, Crane is just sitting on that 12 generator as well, trying to get that generator pop, so then they at least can make it into a 4K 3-win con. But now Yushare is going to be in chase here, has to basically chase for his life, because if Crane cannot pop this generator all the way at 12, it is going to spell bad news for their team as a whole, considering their win con currently, as it stands, is a 4K 5, so hopefully they can make it into a 4K 4 win con. That could be a little bit more chaseable for on the side of Revolution, but right now Yusha is just having to chase around this shack as well, and we do get the pop as well. Unfortunately though, Yusha is going to be going down, and now it is going to be up to Crane to either stealth out, maybe get a little bit of a trauma tech, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to, as Dokes is hot on the trail, and he looks like he is going to be seeing the scratch marks of Crane as well, so it looks like it is going to chalk up to a 4K 3 with a 4K 4 as a win con, which is looking quite grim. Honestly, I don't know how Revolution will be able to play this, because it will be quite hard to, but luckily they did make it at least a little bit easier on Revolution. Hopefully we see Revolution on the Ghoul, and Dokes is very, very proud of himself for getting a 4K 3 with a 4K 4 win con.
Yeah, he played really well. 4K3, like 4K4 win code. Like you said, no ties because of obviously the penalty that they were issued, unfortunately. So they do have the 4K4 if they are to take this set. So like we said last week, extreme tall order. I mean, even on the Ghoul, pretty hard to achieve, especially with a team like Synergy being there. I really wonder what his killer's like, Gohan.
Yeah, indeed, and as you were saying, yeah, it's exactly the case. It's like you'll just never expect to see certain people on certain killers, but this killer did come out, I think it was April this year, I believe, so it's not as new as, let's say, like Animatronic coming out on June 19th, or around that time of June 19th, June 18th. So, but yeah, as you said, like anyone can really pick up a killer at the end of the day. It's just who does, like who actually wants to slug it out and decide, like, hey, let me try this killer out. Let me have a crack at him. Like let me give him a go and play for our team. And Crane has stepped up, and he's a P100 Ghoul. And unfortunately, we've gotten the wrong map as well, so that is going to be another 0.5 on top of that, which is quite grim. Hey, he had the right build though, but unfortunately not the right map. So we'll probably just keep yapping over this while he fixes up the map on the side. So now I believe it doesn't even create a Tycon, no? Like it just means that it has to be a 4K 5, right? Because it's -1 hook now, because it's two 0.5s.
Yeah, it's just making things extremely difficult, guys. This is exactly why you have to make sure to check everything. Check the map, check your builds, check that the idle crows are turned off, check that. Make sure you're not unhooking yourself in game. Obviously, everyone knows that rule, but it has happened before. And just all these minor things. Just make sure
They add
you're on
up.
top of it all, because it will eventually come back to bite you in the ass. And yeah, like we said, we do have to see a 4K5 now. So that would be quite interesting. I mean, you don't really see too many of them. I still actually don't think that it really matters too much in regards to hook stages, because -1 hook stage, right? So hypothetically, if we were to like still get a 4K3, no, that's a 4K4. No, see, hypothetically, if we're still able to get a 4K4 Gohan, I'm pretty sure we're still in the clear. I'm not too. I don't really.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
that
because
isn't
it
mapping.
gens. No, yeah, because it wouldn't it be because
It's
it
too low
gens still?
tiers. It's too low tiers. Like it doesn't matter as much.
Yeah, because it goes doesn't it go gens hooks then fresh hooks? So
It would take a lot of. It'd take a little bit of revising.
yeah, a little
I
bit,
think
but
we just keep it on the left for now, just a little bit, and we
yeah,
get back to it a little bit later. Hopefully, we can just see a good result leading into this match, because Yeah, too low tier penalties just isn't really what you want, especially when chasing a really rough win con as it is. And I think on the side of Synergy, in all honesty, I don't anticipate that they will be allowing anything of the sort of a 4K3 or 4K4. I think they'll probably try to at least get to a 4K1 at the very least. So Crane going to be spawning in the exact same position as Dokes did last match, going all the way back down to a similar path, all the way down to Shack to see if he can spot anyone out over at that 7 or 8 side, which is a typical spawn, if not the spawn. Don't see anyone over here at this shit truck over at 9, and just kind of looming around on the side of Synergy Survivors, playing this stealth game very nicely. Jams, the commissioner himself, over in the shack and getting a little bit of a heartbeat reading, but Crane kind of gone past a little bit of his head, a little bit past his head. We do have access to. Oh, look at this build here. This is quite unorthodox. We do see, I think that is oppression, surveillance, eruption, and bamboozle. Oh, very interesting. As far as add-ons go, we do see the coffee add-on, and I'm not too sure what that last add-on is, Gohan. If you want to enlighten me, if you do know.
Let me open up the DVD wiki and take a look at that as we wait for just this first chase to happen, and it has finally happened, and it happened onto our commissioner Jams as well. But as we saw, as public won't see this as we do, but he is running Rize Kamishiro, and he's also a P100 build as well. So that is looking quite up for Crane then, with the fact that he is quite invested into this killer. But as you said, this build is very I wouldn't say unorthodox, but definitely unknown to us as the community, because we usually see certain builds and combos on every killer, and you don't really usually see not really a variety, but usually see either a variation of the same build throughout the entirety. But we are going to keep going into this. We did find Sim. We have tagged Sim as well. So we are going to continue on the chase onto Sim this time, and we are going to get a kidnap tag as well onto Sim as well. But unfortunately, no, fortunately, Sim is going to be getting grabbed from the side of Crane as well. So Crane is absolutely putting in the work. He wants this 4K5.
Yeah, definitely, and we do spot Dokes just trying to run around from this generator here. I mean, he's in a good position at the moment on the side of our killer, you know, taking this kick on this generator without eruption as well, so not waiting for that to come back. It's not gonna have it. Oh, we do have a fairly few high progress generators in the background here, so we are going to be kicking this as well on the side of Crane. The oppression coming in as well on the side of Shack, so some info there, which we do spot out. Jams, who's just going to be taking this chase over at 5 now. Can he do the jiggy? Can he do the magical? Running around this dumpster filler now. He's going to be pre-dropping that and getting hit through it. Some ping shit ping right there, unfortunately. He is playing on a different server, and Crane now just going to be committing this chase, and Jams is going to be going down outside the window. Some mighty unfortunate stuff for him. Again, just... I want to point out that it is an unorthodox build. It's contrary to the usual Gohan. So, nevertheless, we're going to be taking this hook onto 7. Over on the side of Jams, and now we do have the reset in the background, and if we pop this gen on the side of Dokes, we are in the lead in winning this set, taking away this set on the side of Synergy, but we have caught onto it on the side of Crane, and you'll be kicking this generator, and with a match like this is how it started at the moment, it almost just make you hope that, like, you know, what if they got a better result last match, you know? We're heading towards a 4K2 at the moment, I'm thinking.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, I did find the add-on. It is called Bloodstained Handkerchief. It increases the maximum range of Carbon Elite by 1 meter. So basically, he just wants to move around the map a bit more comfortable with being able to roam around quicker with the increased movement speed during Kagune Leap with the coffee add-on, but then also being able to just have that extra distance as well on certain objects. So unfortunately though, Crane is not going to be able to get the tag onto Dokes here with the Kagune at the mark, but luckily they are going to get a reset in the background onto Jams, which was technically our second tunnel out in a sense, but now Crane is just probably not, he's not even going to commit to Dokes either, just going to be afraid for this gen, making sure that this generator does not pop, as this is basically their win con in a sense. Like, if this generator pops, it's kind of GG for Crane and Rebirth. But then, hey, they might be able to come back with Blight, because Rebirth did pick Blight, so who's to say they can't dish out a really nice match onto Blight, and Blight on ping as well is not going to be a fun match, considering some of the hits might be a bit iffy, especially when rushing. But now we have the chase onto Sim. Sim is technically another one of our tunnel outs, being between Sim and Jarms. Whoever he basically chases from here on out between those two is not the worst idea. But I think this is Jarms here for a protection hit as well. So they are absolutely trying to get a protection hit, but unfortunately Jarms isn't fat enough to actually take the body for Sim. Sim is going to be going down over that pallet as well. He, as the great Nosy says, he does not eat enough kebab.
Not enough kebab, but in all honesty, I'm still worried about the pressure in the background. We did see Free just, you know, kind of going off his chops a little bit earlier, and yeah, like clockwork, I don't think we should have picked up Sim, unfortunately, on the side of Crane. That was a blunder. We will now be taking chase back onto Dokes, but it is the 4K3 as it currently stands, which will be the set win for Synergy. And, you know, just with how Crane's been playing at the moment, it's just mighty unfortunate that he's given such a tall order. Dokes been able to drop that pallet and get that stun very nicely. And just kind of running into a whole lot of nothing on the left-hand side. So ran back to main. Some good pathing options there from the man himself. Now, Crane going to be going back all the way into the shack where we do see some mighty progression. And now going to be folding this window here over on the shack side, and now committing the chase back onto Jarms, who is not going to be able to make this dumpster filler here, but he's going to have to try and work with what he's got. We do see the crossover into the unhook, and that is another generator in the background progressing, so... procking, sorry. We do... at the moment, it is 3 stages, 2 fresh. Everything's kind of just fallen apart a little bit. With a snowball build like this, you kind of anticipate it sometimes when the survivors are playing very well, like as they are now. You did see Dokes have like an amazing chase, and even Jarms is having a really good chase here over at Shack. Just not able to get those quick 2-tap downs on the side of Crane, which is what you'd really want, what you really count on a build like this. And now we do spot out Dokes here, who's just kind of over at this main building. Not going to be able to do anything there, dropping off the balcony, but yeah, not being able... I'm not too sure if he had balance. He did
does.
yell a little bit.
I believe he does.
He does? Can we get a quick switch around?
Yeah, if Spectator can go to Dokes real quick just to confirm this, but we do see... Yeah, so he does have balance, so yeah.
I heard him scream. I thought when he drops he doesn't make the sound, but okay. I was wrong.
Either DVD have changed it, or you are hearing things.
Yeah,
you could have been hearing just the falling animation, but Jarms is still on hook, unfortunately. But we did see cheeky Darren is in the basement as well, so hopefully he'll be able to sneak a little save there. And I believe the main team that actually calls him the Big Whale is actually Bleed Out. Dorito's actual ex-teammates, as he used to play for Bleed Out until he joined, obviously, Synergy. Same with Neckbeard, how he also used to be a part of Synergy, Bleed Out, then went to Sanity, and now is on Omen. But I believe Burrito actually was originally just on Bleed Out and then switched over to Synergy, so Burrito it still has obviously those connections to Bleed Out, as they are obviously calling him the Big Whale, so there is still the memes in there with the two, which is nice to see that teams are still connecting with their old players as well. But Jarms here is trying to jiggy around this car filler and does manage to get it, but unfortunately, Crane is going to do a kidnap attack, but unfortunately for him, he does have another pallet here at main as well. Now Crane is a bit of afraid of that Shack generator hopping, especially with the fact that there was somewhere here, and we have found someone here as well, and this is the Mr. Big Whale himself. Burrito is going to be able to make it down towards this 5 pile as well. Going to be able to drop the pallet in time as well. Not going to be able to hit through it as well, but now Burrito is in a bit of a pickle, seeing as he doesn't got much else left to work with.
Yeah, I mean, we've already met the win con now, so, you know, they're just playing for best possible result. We do get the pull onto Darren Burrito, as we were referring to earlier, as the Big Whale from the side Bleed Out. Going to be taking that hook onto him in the middle of the map, and now we have hopped back on the Shack in the background. Jarms having a really good chase over in the mid, just want to point it out. He's played really good. I mean, everybody's played really good at the moment. You do have 2 injured as it currently stands at the moment, so hopefully they can go around the back and get a reset, and they were going for one, as we do spot Dokes here over at 11, and we saw Jarms just trying to get over to 9. somewhere around there. But we're going to be committing this chase onto at 11 on the side of Crane. We're going to be trying to get down Dokes here over at this short filler pallet on the edge map, but oh my god, we're going to be making absolute work of this. He's able to make this on ping, no, but we do see the last generator in the background pop, and this will be outs here, Gohan. So, you know, all things considered, Synergy have played this set really well.
Sorry, but that was taking a little bit of a yawn, not because of the match, but because I'm a little bit... I may not have went to sleep at the wrong time, but no, we are probably going to be seeing outs here. We did see Jarms actually was going to attempt for the pallet save, but he was able to instead just get the normal save onto Dokes as well. So Burrito is probably going to head down towards that 3 side, get that door open for his team. Sim is a death hook as well, so even if they don't get 3 outs, at least it's not as detrimental. But we do see Jarms here coming in for the pick-me-up. He wants to make sure his boys get out, as he calls them his prodigies as well. But unfortunately, Sim is going to be going down here, and the door is going to be open. But is someone going to be here for the flashlight? No, unfortunately, there is not going to be anyone here from the flashlight, so we probably are just going to be seeing a 3 out. And 7 Sages, 4 fresh. Not a bad win con, or not a bad result, especially considering the situation they were brought into. And we do see a cheeky little watch us leave in a sense, but well played to Crane. But
no shot now, they're gonna stitch him up like this. Oh,
they actually they're gonna go for the, no, they're just doing the
no. Are
they gonna?
What is happening?
Wait, they're actually letting Dokes die as well. That is gonna be.
Shut it off! What the?
That is good. That is a ratchet from
what the hell?
Jarms is absolutely sandbagging his teammate. That is quite the play, I must say.
I thought Dokes had a chance.
He's wiggled off. Wait,
what the?
Is he still gonna escape though? Does he still escape? No, he does. He doesn't
escape. He just gets picked up again.
He just...
What am I seeing?
Wait, and now Jarms is being picked up. Okay, what is going on? This is an interesting endgame. But now the question remains: if Crane had, if Rebirth actually had like a really good Survivor game, what would have this game been like? Because this would have been an entirely different game if not for those unfortunate low tier penalties.
I mean, the build. I'm not really doing what Crane
pit Blight, as he is very accustomed to suffocation pit Blight as well. And then obviously, yeah, you did say the Zetsubo boys as well have a really good Blight player, as we do have Sen on there as well. That just a lot of teams have just a really good Blight on their side. I feel like most teams have someone who just absolutely loves a killer to death and just goes, "All right, boys, give me this killer and I'll go ham. I'll run the mile. I'll run everything for you." And so far, let's see if Revolution can do that just for his team.
Yeah, we're going to take these rushes all the way down into the 7 side of the map where we anticipate the survivors have been spawning. And we do see, not too sure how he's able to hide like that, you know, just being the big whale that he is behind the tiles. But very nice stealth there from the Burrito, but we do manage to find out Jarms here just kind of stealth around this rock. Going to be taking a nice early tag. This could be a quick 2-tap if we're not careful. We're going to be dropping this pallet instantly and opting to go for a death location over at 7, but we're running into
Wait, could we get a quick switch onto Jarms? I want to know if he's Deli or not, because this could be quite bad. Okay, no, he's not Deli. Okay, thank the Lord it isn't Deli being Tomahawk, because I did see the med kit, so I got a little bit people are scared, because usually people who with a med kit, usually more times than not, are usually the one to run Deli. But unfortunately, Burrito wasn't able to get the flashlight blind. But if Revolution noticed that, I don't think he realized it, but he actually could have actually gotten another tag onto the big whale, especially considering he hasn't got much left to really work with around Shaq, considering the chase did happen just there, so he's having to stealth pretty much just for the remainder of this. It looks like he's not going to go in just yet, but we do see Sim just hopping back onto that generator, and it actually is the big whale himself, is the Deli player, and it actually was Dokes who was going for the flashlight blind. I have told a little bit of a cheeky fib, but Dokes is now going to be the one in chase. He's going to get tagged as well here at 6 as well. Going to be running down towards the 5, running over towards the 4 filler as well. But no, we are sticking here at 5 at the TNL walls, and this is looking quite grim. And we do see the quick two rush down onto Dokes as well. We do see Sim is going to get Eruption in the background, but luckily we do have Deli active now. Deli is available and it is prompt. It is primed and ready for whenever they need it, and luckily Darren is just going to be sitting on that generator as well. Sim is going to be trying to self out of his mind. We do see Revolution is going to go for the pop onto it, and no Eruption as well. So it keeps that generator a little bit more safer, considering the gen kicks is going to quite heavily reduce it, especially if he was able to get that Eruption as well. But Revolution is absolutely on point right now. He has sniffed out the Sim. Cheeky little Sim trying to hide behind the Brimstone tires, but unfortunately wasn't able to hide just as well, and he gets 2-tapped as well. This is looking quite grim for Synergy right now.
Yeah, indeed it is, and I'll have you know you fell for a little bit of the bait being the medkit play, but we do have access to Deli on the side of Burrito as well, which is some healthy thought in mind, especially when we have 3 hooks that only no generators popped in the trail just yet. We do see jumps in the background over, I do believe, at 11, trying to pump those pistons away as quick as he can, and Revolution knows that he wants to gen with the highest progress. He was over at 7, okay, so I did do a little bit of cheeky fibs, as you like to put it, and we are going to be taking the pop Eruption kick onto 7, where we do spot out 2 survivors, not 1 but 2, and we have caught out Dope out of position, injured as well. Is he the Deli though? Surely, no, sorry, is he the decisive? Not Deli, decisive. 1, 2, 3. Are we going to see it? No, he's not. We do see it was Jarms working over at 11, so I'm debating myself for the second time, and I hate my thought process, but we do manage to see him rotating over towards the unhook, and I do anticipate that, you know, Revolution's going to pick up on that and try to cut him off as soon as he can. Going to be taking those bumps all the way down to the backside of main, but not seeing any scratch marks, not hearing the survivor either. We're in a really bad position for our survivors here over at Synergy, and for probably around a 4K2 game on the side of Revolution if he is able to play his cards right and Synergy isn't able to bounce back. But knowing Synergy is definitely well within their repertoire to do so. We are going to be taking the second stage onto Sim though, so Revolution probably just going to be leaving this hook as soon as he can to get another quick tag, and we do see Burrito just kind of getting caught out like that rock there, losing collision on the side of Revolution and kind of going, choosing the right side to get the tag. Some very nice mechanical work there from the killer himself, but we're going to be playing this optional filler over in the 7 corner of the map. This is mighty unfortunate for Burrito to get caught out, and that will be Revolution taking the down onto our friend the big whale, who will be having to use his Deli. So we're going to let the bro cook. I think at this point we do have some healthy survivors in the trial. We do have Sim injured, but I'm not too sure if we're going to opt to go for a reset here, because we're just going to, we really want to get gen pressure at a point in time like this, and we do see Jarms all the way over at main working that. Dokes, yeah, well, actually, we're going for a reset here over at 3, so we've got to be careful not to get found here. We don't really like this line of sight, but I think we've already seen them on the side of our killer here. No. We're really sniffing them out, though. We were very close, so a very good stealth spot for our survivors to get that reset going. We do hear the generator over in main being worked, so I think we're going to be taking this pop Eruption kick onto the generator, and Jarms is stealthing somewhere nearby. He hasn't hopped in the locker. I don't think he's don't think he would allow that to happen, so... Oh, we have spotted him over in the mid-side tile. We're going to be trying to get a ping hit from that, but we're going to be slapping that pallet into his face, and now Jarms is kind of trying to have to play around this tile. Oh my god, I'm losing my words there for a second, but he has pre-dropped this pallet here. Playing very nice to avoid the tag from the man himself, just absolutely juicing at this point, vaulting in and out of this pallet, playing check spots very nicely on ping, but he is going to be eating a tag here, and he's going to have to be forced to use the window. Revolution's going to have to break the door with power here, and it's going to cost him a little bit of distance. Jarms is going to be able to make any tile over that 1 to 3 section, and Revolution has realized it and has opted to go back to the unhook and somewhere where the generators are being procced over in the bottom side of the map.
Indeed it is, and he has managed to sniff out the big Darren as well. The big whale isn't able to hide around those Bridgestone tires, unfortunately. Is going to be found quite early on. But we do have the match 6 tiles here, and unfortunately, Burrito is going to be jumping in to the loving embrace of Revolution. Revolution is going to be just picking instantly back up. We do have Jarms getting reset in the background as well. So we are going to be seeing a full reset around the board, across the board. And we do see Dokes is actually able to pop his generator as well, so now it is at least a little bit easier. It is now only 2 gens pop, but we have sniffed it out instantly. We've gone for Dorks with Revolutions, nearly all 5 rushes as well, but we do see Burrito getting the fast unpull, or the fast unhook as well, but now Dorks has only really got this car filler to play around, and unfortunately for him, he is going to be able to get the stun, and he's going to be able to get the flag, so we are going to be seeing the Champion of Light here happen, 20%, but unfortunately it's not going to be enough. We are going to be getting the tag quite quickly as well with the 2 rushes as well for the down, but we did... Wait, are those extra scratch marks I see, or was that just the scratch marks of Dokes? I believe. Okay, no. So it looks like it was probably just the scratch marks of Dokes, and we do see a generator in the background being progressed as well, heavily progressed by that, and we do see the double up on in main, and we do see the big whale is going to be cheekily inside of that locker. But is Revolution going to check this locker this time? Does he get the right locker? He's going to be checking around. He's opening up the door, but no. Okay, no. So he hasn't clocked on to the cheeky whale stealth in the locker here. But we are going to be finding Sim here, and Sim is going to be able to juice around this rock filler here. He's not going to be able to get tagged, so he's going to live just for that little bit longer, and probably going to get a lot of distance thanks to that. But Revolution is actually going to cheekily make his way back into main here. So now he is going to be able to get the chase on to the big jumps here, and it looks like Burrito is still probably stealthing inside that locker.
You got to really last here, Jumps. We're going to have a really good chase on the side of our survivors. Jumps going to be playing this pallet on the inside of main, kind of close to where all the actives are at the moment. We haven't spotted out Burrito. I'm not too sure if he's still in the lockers. Jumps just going to be trying to take chase all the way down to the bottom side, but we have seen Burrito, who's been working this generator over at the one side, and going to be able to dodge that flick very nicely and run all the way down to 5. Sim nowhere to be found at the moment. I do believe he's still fresh, so yeah, we do have 2 generators in the background progress. I mean, 3 generators remaining. Oh, we've already rotated all the way down to 7 on the side of Sim there. You know, with Dokes out of the game, this is going to be proved to be a really rough situation to get out of. We do need this quick down here on the side of Revolution. We do have Eruption procced on both generators over at the top side. Burrito playing around the check spots really nicely, but I'll be able to get the gens done in time. We're fumbling the bag a little bit on the side of Revolution. Not going to be able to get the tag here. Burrito playing absolutely out of his mind over at this T side. He's going to be able to make the window. Maybe no. And that is going to be the proc of Eruption on those top side generators. That will mean that 2 is regressing. That will mean that main is regressing. I'm not too sure if Jumps is going to be able to commit this generator here. We've opted to go for the wrong generator, so maybe that's bought us a little extra time if we are able to stick it. We do see the scratch mark. He has ran away. No, okay, not quite at the moment. So maybe waiting for our Eruption to come back on the side of Revolution, but we're slowing the game down. A very good macro decision to slug Burrito there over at the T-tile. So we are going to be trying to see where Sim is at the moment. He is over at 7. We, as the spectators, do know that.
Revolution, on the other hand.
Yeah, on the Revolution, on the other hand, doesn't have as much info as we do, but we do see that generator over at 7 proc. And maybe he's not going to opt to go for the pickup now, knowing that Sim was all the way over there, and he's going to try and catch Jumps off guard over at main. But no, we committed that generator, and that's a blunder on the side of Revolution. No tag, no tag, no hook, no nothing there. Just a slugged Burrito on the ground, who's kind of obsolete at this point. So at the moment, we're at a 3v1 at 1 generator remaining.
Oh wait, Burrito's all.
Yeah, he caught away as soon as he went down, and you definitely could see it. I mean, he wouldn't be sitting there just recovering. That'd be kind of like a silly option, but we do get a quick tag onto Jumps. He's going to have to last in this chase as well. He's played absolutely crazy, out of his mind, if you will, vaulting this window over into the middle side of the map. Now playing the pallet on the outside, in between the cars, slapping out in the face of Revolution. And we are chewed through a little bit of a fair few resources here. I mean, we're going to be playing for tags, though, playing it safe, and really struggling on the mechanical side. These guys are really doing well in their counterplay. Like, ever since Dokes has died, the game's lifted from the boys. I mean, this is exactly what they needed. Not to say that the reason why they couldn't was because Dokes was alive, but you know, it was just it's kind of ironic that they're really putting on the performance when they absolutely need to, and Sim is going to be getting tagged here, and we're opting to go for gen pressure on the side of our survivors, not resetting, as we do see the avatars. Everybody is injured at the moment, so we're going to opt to chase Sim here over in the corner of 5. Going to be using that Dead Hard as well. Absolutely crazy. We have only used 2 rushes though, so maybe we're able to catch him up in time, but we probably are doubling a generator, and we managed to get that done in the background on the side of our survivors, so we've opted to go for the pressure as to oppose of the reset. So very well thought out. I think Revolution was a little bit too slow to really catch on to that. I think as soon as the dead hard happened, or even just slightly before, he had to go back to that top side and make sure that he was protecting his generators. He kind of just lost the 4K1. I'll be completely honest with you. We have rotated over to the 7 gate here where we do see Jarms just trying to get it done and worked, but he's going to be playing around the line of sight very nicely and using the window, playing these check spots very good and just breaking away ever so slightly. No, he is trying to choose to play the window, and this will just be his demise, unfortunately. I think he would have tried to opt to really get away from that as soon as he used 1 volt, 2 volt, especially with this pallet in the middle of the map, but not quite knowing that it's there. You know, I don't even think he had enough distance now to think about it, but we're going to be slapping another pallet into the bro's face, and that will be Sim, who will be taking chase all the way down to this gate here over at 1. Needs to play a little bit careful here. I mean, he could get caught out, and oh, where's he gone?
He has absolutely just run away. He is not. He's making sure that he's never going to be getting tagged here because he wants to get his team. He wants to make sure his team can get out here. We are going to see Burrito coming in for the reset as well. We do see Jarms is going to be chilling next to the gate, making sure that the gate doesn't get so heavily progressed that it's going to be in the downside. But unfortunately for Jarms, Revolution is straight hot on his tail, and it is not looking the best for him, but he is absolutely trying his best to try and get it in. Unfortunately, he's going to get hit tagged through the locker or through the pallet as well, so it's not the best as well, but we do see that he has juiced out and seen that they are going to be doing another reset as well, so he is going to just try and do his best here. Sim is going to be looping as well for his life here, as we do see that he is going to get picked up. Jarms is going to get picked up in the background, so it looks like they are going to try and look to see if they can get this. Sim is still here. He's come back to the edge tile as well. He is absolutely trying his best here around this edge tile here. He hasn't got much left here, but unfortunately he's going to go down. We do see the full reset happen on into Jarms' side as well. So he's not going to be able to found that easily and then downed that easily as well. We see him just drop it as well. I don't know about that one there, but clearly there's something in mind here, and we do see that Revolution is still trying to grasp at straws. He's really wanting to get this down. He wants to get this 4K0.
Yeah, you know what? I think it was like a smart idea to drop that med kit. I mean, on the off chance the Revolution commits Jarms, he's ran all the way to Shack, so he's just going to try and play the window. And any experienced player knows when you play the window over at the Shack, if you look for the item and it disappears, the bro has vaulted. So I think that was at least the thought process that was going into Jamie's mind, but nevertheless we'll be taking chase back onto Sim over here at 5. I think he just has to be content with 1 survivor down at this point, as we are going to get some gates open and we are going to get some outs. Sim's just going to be going to getting hit down, and I think Revolution has realized that now, taking the pick onto Sim, who has been two hooked at the moment. So, oh, actually no, he was 3 hooked. So he's just dead. That's going to spell a 9-stage game, fairly average for a blight set. So, you know, but considering the start that Revolution had, you would have expected at least like a 4K2, 4K1. No,
I think Nosy is mishearing you.
It's not the communal vote. That's not the communal vote.
Oh, we had a cheeky little
the communal vote is not near 82%.
You should have stayed in school.
the ref is coming to shit talk the caster, which I look at that.
God.
That is immaculate.
You have stayed in school, but
you've heard it here first, folks. Our caster, aka our owner, should have stayed in school.
I said the communal vote adds up to 100%. The win-loss ratio does not need to in the group stages. What do you mean? But nevertheless, we'll be seeing Fijia loaded into the match over at 11. Yeah, now going to be using these bumps over into the main building and breaking the door at main. Now we're going to be seeing if we can see any stealth out survivors. I mean, nobody playing aggressive in the middle of the map, as you would see in some sets. Now, Fajia really primed on the mechanics, and you'll be able to see this through his rushes. We have spotted some scratch marks here over at 1, I do believe.
Oh, we have someone
hiding in the lockup. May I in the lockup?
We are chasing.
We don't want any of it. We want Revolution, who's just been caught out trying to get all the way down to the backside of main. He's going to be eating this tag and probably going to be using the window in main. Or maybe playing the pallet. Oh, we are playing the pallet. So no, we are using the window. Okay, we're going to be trying to make as much distance as possible. Using the firecracker a little bit too late, and that's going to spell a really early tag. And that's exactly what you need if you're on the side of Fajia, not what you need if you're on the side of the survivors. And Gonna be taking this. Oh, this is a very dangerous hill. If we can just see our gen spread as well when the killer turns around, we do have a nice 3-gen here. I don't think... If we just park the bus, in all honesty, we're setting ourselves up for a safe game. But we're not going to do that inside of Fajir. He's going to want to play for stages, and I do like this idea. So, oh, some nice life work coming in there from the side of you. Said, it was a cheeky beam on us.
I think that was a cheeky little flashlight blip of it.
You get back here. What the fuck was that?
I don't think Vegeta is going to be a little happy about that. He was that guy dead. That dude has just signed his death warrant, I feel like.
Oh, surely he gets like a quick one. Oh, beautiful. Show over his boss. Nah.
Oh, wait, did we just see a WS as well?
No, don't condone it. Oh, some cheeky banter from these two. One clicks the flashlight, one W's and S. That's absolutely crazy.
I feel like that's like warranted, no?
Well, no, yeah, because the preemptive vault, if he didn't have light, he was just getting hit. Just like a click of the flashlight is just not necessary. But, you know, Fajir just starts showing who's the big dog on campus here. And we're going to be taking this pre-drop on the side of Revolution. But ultimately going to be resulting in a tag as Fajir's just played around that pallet very nicely. And now we're going to be taking chase all around this middle pallet here. Going to be opting to greed on the side of Revolution, so he's able to really last a little bit longer. And nice mechanical work over at this middle pallet here. Definitely not expecting that on the side of Revolution. That's going to be another quick down where we're going to be taking another hook. And this is kind of falling into place as it did last game. I mean, looking at 3 stages with 5 generators remaining. Some gen pressure on the board in the background, okay, but we're opting to go all the way down to Shaq where we do know there is an injured Ada who will be working this generator, and they are... Oh, they are broken. It is the FTP survivor. You are correct in saying that. So we're going to be taking this kick onto this generator. And I just want to peek the build just a little bit. Corrupt Intervention, Eruption, and Caller Brian. I called that he was going to bring Caller Brian and not Wretched Fate. I just had a gut feeling that it is the better perk, in my humble opinion.
You heard it here first, folks. It's the Caller Brian over Wretched Fate. So that's going to be an interesting topic for discussion in the chat, I'm sure. People are probably going to be either agreeing or disagreeing with you there as well. But we are just going to have to continue on with this match here that we have in front of us. And we do see that Yushare is going to try and go for the pull, but unfortunately isn't going to get the trade. He is just going to be tapped onto the floor. So this is not looking the best or looking the brightest for this either, because we kind of don't want this. We kind of want to be getting out here because we don't want to be seeing this kind of result. We want to be getting the 8 stages out of the board, but unfortunately with this kind of side, it's looking kind of grim.
Yeah, not what you want. I mean, it's, you know, on the side of the survivors at the moment, this is going to be the 5th stage of the trial at 4 gens remaining. Like, this is automatically looking very heavily in Fajir's favor, especially if you can find someone and get into chase right now after using these rushes. Nobody working this Shack generator, so they're playing ultra safe, but I mean, we hear one over at 9 and pop goes the Weasel in hand, Eruption 2. 1, 2, 3, this generator is going to be losing so much progress, and with Caller Brian in effect as well. Just these perks synergize so well together. I mean, who needs pain res at this point, but they're going to be looking around this edge map as well. Not seeing anybody. We are seeing someone just kind of walking around. It's Crane, who's been caught out over at 9, now running all the way down to Shaq. I'm not too sure if Shaq pallet had been dropped yet. I don't think it had been, as we did use the window previously as to oppose the pallet. We are going to be dropping that straight into Fajir's face, but we're not going to want any of that. Oh, wait, we have ran all the way down to 7. I didn't even hear that. I thought we ran all the way down to 6. Am I stupid? Nevertheless, we'll be trying to take chase around that car. Not really being able to do much, as there is no pallet, there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide either. You're just ultimately dead at that point. And now the fresh hook coming in on Crane. This is 6 stages as it currently stands, so we do need only, I think, 3 more stages to meet the tie condition, and 4 stages of the wind to meet the win condition. And with 3 generators remaining to go, you cannot really afford to be giving so many downs like this. And you know, I just don't see a world.
Oh, wait, this is not good.
Wait, how so? I mean, like, he's still in a
Origin player. This is an Origin player as well. No, I was gonna say this is bad for the surviving team, especially
yeah.
if the survivor, because like we did just pop a gen in front of the bro's face, but unfortunately wasn't able to really make anything other from getting down, and this is going to be the 7th hook of the game. So we're looking one more stage, and that's all they can do. But right now we're at the 7 stages. This is looking kind of grim for Rebirth. It looks like it might be a clean 2-0 to Rebirth, or sorry, to Synergy. Unfortunately, Rebirth getting 2-0'd. But well played to both teams though. It's still an amazing game, and it's to be fair, it could be anyone's game. But as soon as Crane goes down and gets hooked, that is going to be the only hook that can remain. But we found Mayor as well, so it looks like this is going to be the final chase of this match. So well played to both teams. It looks like Synergy is going to be on top though this time round. They've come back with a vengeance after the unfortunate loss against Bleed Out. And they've gone, okay, guys, time to lock in. We need to get this. We need to get this back. We need to get this back into our favor. We want to go into the finals. And Mayo is going to get hit through that pallet very, very unfortunately. And going to get the 2-tap as well. Unfortunate for Mayo. Not going to be able to continue the chase for their team. But very well played to both sides. Hunter, do you have any final words for the teams before we try and get ready for the next one? Being Source versus Catcher.
I mean, he just put on the dominant performance here. The Delhi coming in as well, so the game not quite over. Not too sure what we're going to be able to do here, but we're going to go for one more final chase. In all honesty, I think Synergy were just very much better on the day. They showed great promising results, and I'm fairly sure that it showed as to, you know, they have been in the Scrim Laboratory day in and day out, and really involved in all the communal events, as well as the DBD match, the new ranked Discord. So they've been grinding, and it really shows here. I mean, I'm not really too familiar with Rebirth. I can't really comment on them too much, but there is obviously